Good morning, everybody. It is August 13th, 2026. I'm Dali. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and this is the 5-minute meditation, and thank you for coming. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Kat. I guess you guys could see in the chat there, Katie had some storms roll through her area that kind of lasted all night. She had kind of a monsoon happen. They got flash flood warnings going on right now, so I am sending... right away, first thing this morning, I am sending some energy to Katie's area, pulling down some healing light and sending it off to Katie's area, that the rains will stop and the flooding will subside quickly, because those flash floods in that area are very, very dangerous. That ground is hard as a rock in Tucson, and when it rains, the water just flows, so send her some energy. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Teresa. We had some rain overnight, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, and it's 66 degrees right now. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall. If it wasn't so humid, it would feel like fall right now, but it's very humid out there and very foggy. It's very, very foggy this morning. I went outside to dump the Ruben's old food out into the picnic table that I have for the birds out there. And I was like, this feels like a Stephen King story. I'm going back in the house. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning. Fatima, I hope you're getting some of the rains up there to help quench some of those fires, because, man, you sure need it. All right, let me read you a positive quote from our positive quotation book by Linda Piccone. I always like to show it, just in case somebody else wants to get this book too. And today's reading is called Criticism. And the quote is, "Don't find fault, find a remedy." And that was by Henry Ford. We spend a lot of time knocking others for what they have done wrong, quote unquote, without offering much in the way of useful ideas ourselves. Problems need solutions. We may not have the answer, but we can at least offer ideas and support to those trying to work through their problems. Before criticizing, I need to find a way to help solve a problem. And I'll tell you what, that really got me thinking. I read that, I like to read them ahead of time so that I don't fumble over my words when I'm reading it to you. And I thought about that this morning, and I thought about all the times that I made all kinds of stupid judgments about people without really understanding or knowing what their circumstances are, And it made me feel a little ashamed of myself, quite honestly. I'm one of those people who would go into Walmart and start judging people on what they wear. Although some of the things, if you show up to Walmart wearing a thong and like a hoodie, well, I am going to probably look at that and go, what is going on there? Okay. But you know what? You shouldn't do that. We don't know what the circumstances are of these people. We don't know what their financial situation is. We don't know what their mental health situation is. We don't know any of these things. So instead of snapping to criticism, the first thing we should be thinking is, how can I help? I mean, if you hold a only help heart, and you keep that, you'll find that you're a little bit slower to jump into judgment, to jump into criticism. So I thought that was a real good one. And I'm guilty of that. And we all are. We all have our moments where we criticize without offering help. We all do that, right? It's just part of being human. But if we're mindful of this, maybe we can make it happen a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. There's so much destruction in the world, Fatima says. Yes. Fatima says, those fires up north and west are epic. Yeah, they are. Barb says, that's a good one. And that she's guilty too. We all are. Who isn't? You know? But that's a kind of energy that we're putting out into the universe, right? That's a kind of energy that we're putting out there. And we tend to attract what we put out. You know? It's physics. You put out negative, you're going to receive negative. And so let's try to swing our thoughts to the positive and just keep rolling along. Kelly says, yes, I am too. We all are. We truly all are. And that's because we've got our own strong perspective of what life is like and how life should be. We've learned lessons in our time. And we're all of a certain age in here, right? We've all been through some life. We've all gone through some things. We've all made mistakes and have learned from those mistakes, right? So when we see others, part of when we are moving into criticism, sometimes it can be constructive criticism, like, hey, and maybe that's the approach we need to take, instead of just being like, girl, what are you wearing? Maybe we should take the approach of, I see what you got going on here. Maybe you could try blah, 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 right? And of course, they have to be open to receive too. So it is a give and take thing, right? But yeah, we all do it. We all do it. Now that we know better, we can be better. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel like once we become mindful of things, that's our call from the universe to try to do better. So yeah, so that was a good one. I appreciated that today, and I appreciated you guys sharing your thoughts with me too. All right, let us start rolling out our necks here for meditation. Roll out our necks, roll out our shoulders. Make sure our jaws aren't tight. Loosen them up. Loosen them up. Wiggle your body and get nice and comfortable where you're sitting today. Kat says, try talking to my husband about positive. Well, sometimes it takes time for people to get there. It is. It's a hard uphill climb if you've spent your whole life being negative. When I first met Chrissy, she was not a positive person. I'll tell you that right now. And in the beginning, that caused us a little friction. But I just kept working with her on it. I kept helping her see that there is another way to look at things, and that we have the choice in how we do that. It's our choice in how we react to things, how we think about things, whether or not we can find gratitude even in the hardest times. So I'd say just, Kat's like, I give up. Well, ask the universe to take over. Just ask the universe, talk to the gods, and say, I can't do this. I need you to step in. I need you to intercede. Teresa said, and we can't just switch to attacking ourselves because we deserve grace too. And that is a very, very good point, Teresa. A lot of times when we try to be positive for others, we end up being negative for ourselves. And that is definitely not a solution. You're absolutely right. We have to give ourselves grace too, because we are human beings. We're in a human skin bag right now, and we are going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. So we do have to be forgiving and kind and loving to ourselves too. That's exactly right, Teresa. Good point. All right, let's hydrate for a second here. And we'll begin shortly. Let me get up my timer. I didn't do that ahead of time. I apologize. There we go. We're good to go. Remember to keep your hands in a mudra. If you can't do a mudra, if this is hard for you, maybe you have shoulder issues, so holding your hands in this form might be difficult. It is okay for you to just keep your hands on your legs like this. It is. Just make sure that you're keeping yourself erect, because sometimes when we put our hands down, we tend to slouch, right? You don't want to be slouching. You want to sit erect. You don't want to sit tight and rigid, but you do want to keep your frame erect so that your diaphragm can do its job. Okay? But hold your hand in a mudra if you can. Dominant hand on the bottom, non-dominant on the top. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth while you're breathing, so that you can um, your mouth won't get as dry. Okay, we're breathing in and out through our nose once we get started, but first let's do 3 deep breaths. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Okay, we are ready. We shall begin. Okay. Good job, everybody. All those ladies with pretty long nails, not me. I cannot grow my nails for nothing. I've tried for years. I've done all the things that people recommend to try to get your nails to grow, but my nails are paper thin. Paper thin. So I cannot grow my nails. Plus, I have a lot of crazy hobbies that require me to do crazy things with my hands. So nails, even when I put on I've had fake nails put on, they didn't last very long. Oh, Barb has an appointment this morning. Got to run. Have a beautiful day, all. You have a beautiful day too, Barb. I love you. It was good to see you. I got stuff I have to do today too. So I am going to put out a general prayer for everyone today, that you all are happy, healthy, feel positive, find small miracles in the world wherever you go. You're out of harm's way from storms and fires, and that you all just have an amazing day full of all kinds of beautiful, beautiful things, because I love you. And I love you guys. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow at same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll do this again. And we'll start off our day together again with positivity and gentleness and compassion for ourselves and for the world. Okay? I love you guys. You have an amazing day. Mwah. Take care, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.